So England hasn't really had a summer this year, and we're not going to see the sun until the end of the month. So when we hear news of Greece burning up, when we hear news of forest fires, we can't really feel what they're going through. We can't really feel what the forests are going through, the animals are going through, what people are going through, because we're not seeing it firsthand. It's just another news item. And because we're not feeling the heat in places like the UK, and it's cold and wet, we don't really empathize with people and animals who are trying to flee the fires. But the bottom line is, all of us in the world who are not experiencing these fires or any of the massive and significant climate anomalies that are displacing so many, those of us who are not feeling that yet are in the best position to do something about it. And that's what we have to remember. Just because it's not happening here does not mean it's not going to happen, and does not mean that we can't do anything about it. We can do something about it. One of the best websites to check out to see what part you can play and how you can change your daily actions to make this happen and to help the world at long term is climatehealers.org. And the other very, very powerful website is truthordrought.com. But in a nutshell, there's 3 things we need to do as a society to start healing the climate to a point where forest fires become a thing of the past. So if we start acting on it now, 10, 20 years time, when we've stabilized the climate, or however long it takes, less and less of us will have to suffer because of climate anomalies. So the 3 very powerful actions that we need to take as a world is, firstly, to go plant-based, to cut down your meat and dairy, go vegan, because that'll cut down emissions by 75%. This has already been confirmed by scientists. Secondly, we need to reforest and rewild everywhere we can. So not only will this help return the forests, not to their original glory, not to their original state where millions of original inhabitants were living, the original animals were there. Unfortunately, we can't get that back because they've been established for millions of years, and within a lifetime we have created this unnatural state. But we can reforest and rewild as much as we can. And what that'll do is help sequester the excess carbon that's been released since the industrial age began, if we're able to plant at least 1 trillion trees globally. Not only will the trees help sequester it, but it is the soil that gets rehabilitated in the process that'll help sequester and keep the carbon in where it belongs. And lastly, we need to protect the oceans. We need to save the seas and protect the oceans because they are the largest carbon sink in the world. It's the phytoplankton that are keeping us and keeping the climate stable and keeping most of us alive right now, because if the phytoplankton go, it doesn't matter how many trees we plant, there is going to be runaway climate collapse, which is already slowly starting to happen. So we need to protect the oceans, and by that I mean to stop fishing, to leave whoever's remaining in there be in their natural habitat, keep the whales and dolphins and turtles and fishes in their homes, and stop killing them with our fishing nets, because these populations help sustain and support phytoplankton populations. And when phytoplankton are sustained, they are able to sequester even more carbon than all the trees in the world combined. In one sentence, I can summarize this for you. A 1% increase in phytoplankton activity has the carbon sequestration potential of 2 billion mature trees. With that in mind, check out Climate Healers, check out truthordrought.com. We are the ones who can make that change. We are the ones who can stop future fires. So let's act on it now, because today's action matters for tomorrow.